Did you all able to hear a pattern called CQRS? Anybody would have heard that pattern? Feel free to talk. Am I audible? Please confirm.
Yes, sir, you're audible. We are not sure on
Okay.
that.
Did you? Okay. Nazir, did you hear a term called CQRS?
I have heard, but I didn't get the opportunity to go through for better understanding.
Okay. Bora? No.
Oh,
What about Pallavi Maski?
yes, sir.
Did you hear a term called CQRS pattern?
No, sir.
No. Sachin? Shubham?
Sir, I have
Mishra?
not used
Yes.
it, but I know it is used to like separate the data modification and data retrieval actually. Like from CRUD, that is the command query.
And also we
Okay.
need to define in a middleware. It's a cross-site scripting we have to define in a middle program.cs file. Yeah.
No, we are not implementing anything in CS.
Okay,
Yeah,
CQRS pattern.
it's basically from CRUD. See,
I will tell you. I'll tell you.
yeah, sure.
But it is not. It is nothing to do with your middleware. Okay. Okay. Fine. You all understand CQRS is nothing but CQRS stands for Command Query Responsibility Segregation. Understand my point?
Yes.
CQRS stands for Command Query Responsibility Segregation. Clear my point? Okay. So basically, we will call C or U D. What does it mean?
CRUD
CRUD
operation.
operation.
Create,
Read,
retrieve,
retrieve or read anything. Update, delete.
Update,
update, delete. Delete.
Okay. How frequently you will use, which one will be frequently used in your projects mostly?
The
Read one.
Which part?
read one.
Read one.
Read one. Why?
Because you retrieve lot of data and only update it, create something we required, but most of the time we read the data for dashboard or anything like login, anything we use to read data.
Okay. So read has more calls. Am I right?
Yes.
More calls will happen on read. All right. Do you all agree with this?
Yes.
Everybody. When you
Yes,
build a
sir.
project,
Sir.
always your read will have more calls. Am I right? Now, when you are making a more calls, lot of query creation will happen here. Query execution will happen here.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So that I don't want to implement an API with same architecture. So what I'm going to do, whether create is a command or query. Insert is a command. I'm telling to insert. Okay, it is a command. So command always a less hit to your database. Am I right?
Yes.
Everybody. So this is very easy concept. We need to segregate one by one command. Okay. So what CQRS people are telling is in the diagram, let me explain. Basically, you are segregating your application logic something like I have a middleware here. Understand? I have a middleware. Okay. And then I have an handler here. In Web API building, microservices building, people are using the logic like this. I will explain. Here I have a handler. Okay. And then between middleware and handler, I have a controller. What I have? Can anyone tell me what I have?
Controller.
I have a controller like this. I have a controller. What I'm planning to do, whenever you want to query data from middleware to controller, I'm creating an independent class file to build a query. This will build a query before controller call a handler. Understand my point? It will build a query before controller call an handler. So what will happen? Controller will get a query and then that query will be given to the handler. Okay, so this is your query. Okay, similar fashion, if controller want a command here, I will build a command here. Command will be built separately. That command will be given to the handler. Okay, that command will be given to the handler. So what will happen? Controller will get the command and then it will call a handler. Clear my point? Everybody? Everybody clear my point?
Yes.
Please confirm everyone. This is most important topic in microservice and everyday day-to-day life. You need to build microservices based on CQRS concept. Your entire architecture of microservice will be rely based on CQRS concept. So you need to get clarity by today itself. Clear my point? So if you have, whenever middleware will send a request, that request will go to the query first. Controller will build a query first, and then once that query will be given to the handler. Similar way, command will be created, command will be given to the handler. And then this handler will talk to the repository. Okay, this handler will talk to the repository. Clear my point? So handler will tell the repository that go and give me data, or you need to execute this command into the database. So now you have a database here, which could be anything. It could be MongoDB, NoSQL, whatever it may be, the execution will happen here. This is your database. Database. So now tell me, are you segregating the responsibility of each and every query and command independently or not? Are you segregating the responsibility of query independently, command independently? Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Are we doing that? Bora, Durga,
Yes.
are we doing that? Sachin,
Yes, sir.
Pallavi, Madhuri Patil,
Yes.
please
Yes.
confirm me. Are we doing every independent request into a different class objects or not? Yes, we are doing. But how the data transfer happen? These are all methods. Whatever we are talking in as per ASP.NET MVC core, every layer will be a methods. How to pass data means here you will have a data. This is how the data will be passed. The data will be passed in two ways. One is DTO. I will put in here. Okay. Okay. So the end user will get a DTO, which is called data transfer object. Listen carefully. End user will have a DTO, which is of type record type. Record type is a mutable or immutable. Do you all know what is mutable and immutable? Do you all know what is mutable and immutable?
Yes, sir.
So what is mutable?
Instead of for changing,
You can modify the object at runtime level. We will say that object is a mutable object. Am I right? Okay,
Yes.
at runtime, if you change a data in an object class, we can say this is an mutable. Whereas record type, once you assign the data, you cannot modify the data till it execution. So that's why it is an immutable object. Immutable object. So what happened? Middleware always receives immutable object. Controller will receive immutable object. Query will receive immutable object. And then handler basically try to convert record into object. Record into entities. Entities is of type basically. Entity is nothing but a properties, where every class will have a different property. So here you will have get set property of entities. Entities with class type. Class type, which is nothing but mutable object. Clear my point? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So what happened? This handler will try to convert record into entity, entity into record. For example, if you are inserting a command, the record will be converted into entity. That entity will given to the repository. Repository will store the data. If you are retrieving data, what will happen? This repository will get an entity and then it will give it to the handler to convert entity into record. Entity into record type. Clear my point? So what is the purpose of handler here? Handler will be a communication protocol between repository and either query controller with the help of query and command. Are you segregating your business logic with query and command? Are we segregating our business logic into query and command? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So can I say this architecture will be called it, this design pattern and architecture will be called it a CQRS pattern in web API?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody understand the entire diagram? Srinivas Rao? Srinivas Rao.
yes, sir.
You understand or confusing?
Little bit of confusion is there, but again, I
Can
can watch.
you explain where you are getting confusion? I will clear it and then move forward.
Okay. Whenever controller send a request, right?
Okay.
It will divide it into the two parts, right? Query and command based on our if it is insert, it will be the command. If it is a retrieve means it will be query. Like that, we need to segregate it.
Segregate, yes.
Okay.
Okay, you understand, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then whenever you are passing an input to your API, the API data, whatever you are collecting of type record, not an object. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So middleware will accept only the record type. Controller will accept only the record type. Query or command will accept only the record type. Clear?
Clear.
And that query will accept a record type and send that record type to handler. Now, if I want to talk to database, do I need to convert that
Record to entity.
record type into class object? Then only you can able to communicate to the database. Am I right?
Okay, got it.
Okay, because this is a POCO class. In the repository, you will have a POCO class. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Always a POCO class will be available in repository. So if you need a POCO class, you need to convert your record type into entity class. always your entity will be called as a COCO class. Clear my point? So whenever you retrieve data, the data, whatever you are retrieving, that of type entity, and that entity data you are going to the handler. Now what handler will do? Handler
It will convert to the
convert
record
that
data.
entity data into record type. That record type will give it to the controller. Controller again give it to the middleware. This entire logic of concept will be called it as a CQRS pattern implementation in Web API. This is the project. Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Say yes or no. When you build any Web API of microservice, we need to follow this pattern. Why we are follow this pattern? Because you need a query which will execute clean separation of code. You got my point? So that is the reason we are going for CQRS concept. Can you anybody take a screenshot, put it in the group? Feel free to put it in the group.
Yes, sir, I did that.
Sir, one question here.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
but any type of microservice, we have to go through CQRS, or there is some condition where we should go for CQRS actually, or it is like the pattern we should follow.
99.99% people should follow CQRS.
Okay. Okay.
That is the best design pattern for API calls. If they are not following, they are not following the proper architecture. Clear?
Yes.
Because you should not expose class object to the middleware. That is first point. Second point, if you are, assume there are 2000 concurrent users are accessing. If your code is not cleanly separated, tomorrow if something goes wrong, whether the wrong happened in command or query, you can't able to identify, right?
Yes, that is a very good point. Yes. Yes.
Or see, tomorrow, whenever somebody want to call an API, whether it is a read call or write call, we don't know. If everything we putting like within a single class and we implement both query and command in the same class, if something goes wrong, you can't able to identify. There is no clean separation of the code. Am I right?
Yes.
So if you touch any class file in the service layer, if any method has got failed, the entire project will go down. Instead of that, only the query file I'm going to touch, because there is an issue on the query file. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes.
So that is the reason people are maintaining CQRS. In big enterprise project, people will use CQRS.
Got it.
Small 2-3 services in a small project, people may not follow, but better to follow.
Got it. Got it. Maybe tomorrow it will require scale up, so that time we need it. Yeah.
Definitely, it will put more weight on
Yes.
that particular class file. So that is not the right option. So people will always to follow this way.
CQRS.
CQRS. Okay. Let me open my code and show you how it has been implemented. E-commerce project. Not here, put it in WhatsApp group so that everybody can able to see that.
Yes, sir, we did that.
I'm closing the Docker compose file as of now. Go to solution. Say I'm taking a catalog, okay? I'm taking a catalog. In that, I splitted the project into 4 layers. Listen carefully. I created an API project. I created an application project. I created a core project. I created an infrastructure project. So how many projects I created? 4 independent projects for a catalog API. Got my point? In this, the API will be your exposer. You are directly exposing your API as a Swagger. Whereas in application, you maintain, okay, you maintain query, command, handler. I'm going to maintain in application, okay, handler, TTO to entity, and entity to TTO. All these things will be available from application project. Here, I'm going to maintain my database entities as well as DTOs. Finally, I have infrastructure which is going to talk to my database. Which is going to talk to my database. Do you all understand the each layer purpose?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody. Please say yes or no. If you are not understand, I can reiterate. Okay, let me show you the code. Now you see in the application, I have how many folders are there? I have a command folder, I have a query folder, I have a mapper folder, I have a DTO folder, I have a response folder, I have an handler folder. So whatever we discussed in the diagram, everything is available here. Listen carefully. I have a command. I have a query. I have a handler. I have a DTO, which I explained. I have a mapper. Mapper means converting DTO into class object into
DTO.
Okay, so this response is converters. Okay, let me show you the code. See, this is my API. I'm opening a catalog controller. So in this controller, I will come to this mediator later point of time. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. I'm going to get all brand. So what I'm doing, before I'm sending that query to my handler, I'm creating a query command. I'm creating a query instance or not? Say yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody. So what I said, before handler will call, controller will create a query and then send it to handler. Am I right?
Yes.
So this is happening here. First, I created a query and then I'm sending that query to the handler. Okay. How I am sending to the handler? With the help of mediator. With the help of mediator. Mediator from the controller will send that query to the handler. Okay. I want everyone to answer. This is most important. So that is the reason I'm stressing here. Can you 5 minutes everybody unmute?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody, I want your 5 minutes of time.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, now you see here I have a query. First I'm building that query and then send that query. So how to build this query means I will show you. When you right click, go to definition, you see this query as a request and response has been built here. My request of brand response. Or you got my point? So this I request comes from the mediator package. So this mediator package we are getting from the Nugget package manager. You see there is a mediator which has been installed from the NuGet package manager. Clear my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this mediator will try to build a query. That query from the controller, I'm trying to use it. Okay. Once that has been done, this send query will call a handler. What is your handler for this? Go to the handler. What is that? We are using get all product handler. In the get all product handler, oh, this is creating command. This is product command. This is not. I want a get product handler. Yeah, this is the one. Listen here. I'm getting a get all product query. I'm getting a get all product query, which we built it. You see? Okay, this is a brand query. Okay, let me take a get all brand handler. Get all brand. Where is that? Yeah, this is the one. So you see here, I have a get all brand query is available from the controller. Once you define the query, the response you are going to send it list of brand response. See, this iRequest handler should have a request as well as response. This iRequest handler will come from media. Clear my point? Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Akshay.
Sir, can you repeat once?
Akshay Kumar, you are not there. See, my question is, in the controller, I created a query.
Yes.
I created a query with which will have a query brand. You see, right click, go to definition. You have a query has been created. Okay, in the application layer. This query is required a response of list. Okay, and then this will call an handler where you will have a iRequest handler should have a request and response. You see here. You see T request and T response. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So your query is get all brand query. Your response is list of brand response. Once you've done that, what you are trying to do, this iRequest handler is an interface which contain a handle method. Clear my point? This handle method, you will have a request, you generate a response, that response send back to the user, send back to the controller as a result. That result you are going to display here.
Got it. Got
Clear
it.
my point?
Yes. Yes. Now clear.
Or you got my point? So this is how query will happen. Now let's talk about how the command will happen. If you go here, I have a create product. I'm creating a product. So now you see here in the form body, I'm getting a product command, create product command. In the product command, I'm having all my strings here as a getSet property, which is sending the response back. This is how we have to implement. And then this product command will go and call a mediator. This mediator is called as create product command. Create product command handler. In the create product command handler, I have a create product command where you are written. Once the product has been inserted, you are getting a product record response as a record type. You see, there is a record. You see, there is a record type.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You got my point. This is your class. This is your DTO. Now you come here. First, you are inserting the product. Once the product has been created, a new product object is coming. Once you get this product with the to response as a helper method, mapper method will map that static product response where you are passing a product. So this is your entity and this is your DTO object. So you are converting your entity product into a DTO. That DTO will call here and send a DTO to the controller. Okay. Now, if you look into the catalog controller, this guy will get a product DTO. Now, if you go to the definition, you see a record type of DTO? I'm getting a record type of DTO or not?
Yes.
So this is how you need to implement. Every independent method of controller will have a separate commands. If it is a query, you will have a separate query file we are creating, and you will write a individual mappers with respect to the product band and type. Okay. So this is how you need to build a microservice services. Okay.
Sir, can you please show the two response one more time? The implementation of two response.
This is how you have to do.
Okay.
See here, what happened? I have a product band. Now I'm getting a list of product brands. So what I'm doing, go to definition so that I'll get a single brand response. In that single band response, every time you call this to response, this will execute and send me.
Map it and send. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Finally, that brands will be sent back to the user. Okay.
Yes.
As a list. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions? Any doubts? Madhuri, Nazir, Pallavi.
Yeah, can you explain me one more time?
Okay. See, you are receiving a DTO object as a command. Am I right?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nazir. Now, if you go to
Yes.
definition, is it of type class product command? Am I right?
Yes.
In this class, you will have a get property only. There is no set property. Because you are just initializing. That's it. You are not going to set any value to this name property. So this will act as a DTO object. Agreed?
Okay.
Agreed?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you go to the controller, I create a product command. Once the command I'm receiving, I'm going to call a mediator with the help of product command. Am I right?
Yes.
This command will come here in this handler as a command request. Okay.
Okay.
And then this is a business logic. You don't worry about it. A new product is created based on the
Okay.
request you pass. Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you need to send a response as a DTO object or a entity?
DTO.
DTO. Now, right click, go to definition. You see, I am converting this product class into DTO object of record type, right?
Yes.
So what happened? This helper method to response will be a static class where to response will convert your everything, and then you are going to pass this new product to your controller here as a result. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that result you are passing to the convert that into a JSON object. You understand?
Okay. Yes.
This is called a command. Now, if I want to retrieve a particular product with the brand ID or product ID, simply you go get product based on ID. Okay. Earlier one command, now we are talking about query. Now in the query, get product ID you will have, Nazir.
Yes. Product ID.
So this product string ID, I need to pass to the query object first. Let me prepare the query object. If I pass an ID, what is my response? Product response, correct?
Yes.
So if you go to definition, you see there is a record type of product response. Understand?
Yes. Got it.
There is no set. If you are using a record, there is no set. Clear?
Clear.
And then go back. Once the query is, you created a query. Now that query you are sending to the handler. What is your handler? Get product ID, get product by ID handler. Go to Solution Explorer. Under the handler, You see, get product by brand handler, by ID handler. Okay. Now I'm opening this. You got a get product by ID handler.
Yes.
And then in the handler, whatever the request I'm receiving is an ID, product ID.
Yes. Yes.
That product ID will give you a response of products.
Yeah, got it.
This product is a class type or record type.
That will be a class.
This will be a class. Do you need to pass the same class to the controller, or you need to convert that into DTO? DTO. Now you see there is an helper method to response will try to convert your product class into DTO. Am I right?
Yes, got it.
This helper method will convert your class into DTO. That DTO will be assigned to product response. This product response will return to your catalog controller as a result. That result you are going to send it to the UI. So whatever the input you are getting from the API is a format of DTO, which is of record type. Am I right?
Yes.
And then once you received it, either you have to build a query or you have to build a command. Am I right?
Yes.
Once you build a query or command, that query or command will send it to the handler to execute your repository class. Am I right?
Yes.
Once the repository is returning any object, which of what type? Is it a DTO or a class object?
It will return class which is supposed to be converted to DTO.
So it is basically a class object. With the helper, I'm going to convert into DTO, and then that DTO will be going to send it to the controller, and controller will get a response back to the JSON format. Agreed?
Okay. Yes.
That entire concept will be called it as CQRS pattern. Pallavi, please go ahead. You are trying to unmute.
Yes, sir.
Tell me. You got the points?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Superb. Madhura,
So,
you all understand what is CQRS pattern, why we are mainly using CQRS pattern. See, by seeing this architecture, tomorrow, if anything goes wrong on a particular functionality, do I need to touch everywhere, or I need to touch an independent file to correct it?
independent file.
It will be the best practice or a bad practice?
Sir, just one question here. I
No.
understood it. Yeah,
Wait.
sure.
Let me finish my question, then we move ahead with your question.
Sure.
My question here is it a best practice or a bad practice? Most of you senior peoples assume there is a create product having an issue. Will you going to suck entire all the methods in your project is a best practice, or having an independent handler is a best practice?
Looks like independent is best.
handler.
Yes.
So that it is a clean separation of code where I'm going to maintain everything in an independent manner. Am I right?
Yes.
Only your controller will having all methods, whereas the application layer or repository layer will have an independent classes. Am I right?
Yes.
So is it a best practice or a bad practice?
It's a best practice.
So that is the main reason people are invented CQRS concept. Now you go ahead with your question.
No, sir. I think I understand that. For example, you are like when querying by ID, we have a handler like get brand by ID. For example, if you are querying by name, so we should also have another handler called get brand by name.
Yes.
Okay.
You
So
see,
each and
get
everything
all
will be a
brand
handler.
and
Yes.
everything and independent.
Yes.
See, you see here, get product by ID, get product by name handler. You have two things. One is product by ID, another one is product by name.
Understood. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Clear.
So this is called CQRS concept. Now tell me, implementing CQRS concept in your project or in your microservice, is it a right best practice where we are following in your projects as an architect? Forget about developers or someone. Think
Yes.
yourself as an architect. Are
Yes.
you ensuring your code in a clean and neat manner that what is happening?
Yes. Definitely.
And one more thing, this request response, request handler or iRequest or an interface which has been derived from MediatR package.
Okay.
All this communication should be taken care by MediatR. If MediatR is not there, you can't able to implement this concept, CQRS concept. Predominantly, CQRS concept will be CQRS concept will be implemented or executed by which namespace?
MediatR.
MediatR.
R.
If you don't have MediatR, what will happen? You can't able to implement this CQRS
iRequest, iResponse. Yes.
Okay. And one more thing, when we build, sorry, not when we create, it will be when we build. When we build any command or query, we need to use iRequest interface from MediatR namespace. Am I right? Without iRequest, I can't able to build any command or query. That is first point. Second point, to execute any handler, we need to have a interface called iRequest handler interface. Which interface is you require? iRequest
Request.
handler interface in which we had a handle method with parameter of
Request and response.
no, with the parameter of request and cancellation token.
Yes. Okay.
Got my point?
Yes.
This handle method will return a response.
Got it.
Will return a
Response.
So this concept is called as CQRS. Very simple, very straightforward. Clear my point?
Yes.
This is more enough to answer in the interview. If you specify these 3 points in any interview, whoever architect who are interviewing you or a developer team lead who are interviewing you, they will understand that you know CQRS concept. Clear my point?
Yes.
Do you all agree with this? Everybody? Akshay, Bhargav, Durga, Madhura Patel, Pallavi. Please, guys, please respond. Hello.
Sir,
Sir,
here
can you please repeat it?
No, I'm asking whether you all understand CQRS pattern.
the pattern will be
Pallavi.
under is lost and cancellation token will be
See, all
Sir, can you
cancellation
please
token.
explain last point?
Okay. A cancellation token, I will let you know while executing, but it will part of cancellation token. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, Bora.
Okay.
While implementing, this is required in few places, not all the places. As of now, I am not implemented. I will definitely explain. Okay, what is cancellation token?
Okay.
See,
We have not discussed anywhere. We are coming, so that we are.
see, it is part of parameter. You see here in the handler, you see there is a cancellation token.
Yeah.
We are talking only the command. We are not talking about cancellation token, but I'm telling it's basically a threading concept.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
If you want to cancel or propagate the notification, that operation should be cancelled. If you want to cancel this operation, you can go for cancellation token. As of now, I'm not using because everything going perfect. I got my point. If something goes wrong, this cancellation token will help me to stop the execution. Clear my point?
Okay.
I got my point. Right now, I'm not implemented anywhere. If required, people will use. Most of them, people won't use it, but this will come to the part of it is. It is not I am creating. It is part of this interface. I request interface in MediatR. You see, this I request as an handle on its own. I'm not doing it. It is part of this interface containing method. I supposed to have that. Whether you are implementing cancellation token or not, it is not a worry. It is part of the method it is coming. Okay? Bora.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, Pallavi, you are asking some question. You want to understand this one, right?
Yes, sir. Last point.
See, the point here is first we building a command or query. Am I right, Pallavi?
Yes, sir.
Once we build it, we are calling an handle method in the handler. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
In the handle method, you will have a iRequest handler interface, which has a parameter of request and cancellation token, which we right now discussed. Am I right? You see, I have an handle method which has a create product request as well as cancellation token. Correct?
Yes.
Just a second. Pallavi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the one I'm talking here. And then this handle will return a response. What is the response we are returning? As a task product response. Am I right? Pallavi?
Yes, sir.
So this is the purpose we are using. Clear my point, Pallavi?
Yes, sir. Now clear.
See here in the iRequest handler, we are having a command which is an input. Product response is a response. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So the same response, the handle method will take care. Clear? It automatically generate. I will explain so that you will get clarity. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So this is nothing but CQRS concept. Anybody have any questions? Srinivas Rao, Varsha. Varsha, are you sleeping? Yes, sir.
Yeah, theoretically we understand, sir, but programmatically also we will explain, right?
Yeah,
CQRS
definitely I will explain.
Yeah, okay.
No, programmatically already implemented the code I'm showing, but still when I'm developing, I will explain also once again.
Yeah,
Okay?
got your points. Yeah, got your point.
Akshay. Akshay Kumar. I'm not able to hear you. Okay, fine. Bora. Madhura.
Yeah, it is fine.
Madhura, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay with this concept? Fine.
Yes, sir.
That's all for today. So
Yes.
tomorrow also session will be there. Okay. We are going to discuss about API gateway with OCLAT tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.